Abusia 4 years I'm on Kwabasro Kokra counseling time with counselor D.Y. Donkoh. Come home. Na yema counselor akwaba nansa na no kai hunu se ye topic no emu ede ankasa topic no and the topic says choosing a life partner, the attributes. Come home. Yema counselor akwaba counselor.
Hello, and then me person be
tobo
na me kasa. Because talking about choosing a life partner,
right,
the attributes, it's not a joke.
It's true.
When we talk about attributes, we're actually talking about the names of a person, what makes the name of a person. So when we talk about attributes, we are saying, what are the things you need to consider than love?
Okay.
What are the things I need to pay attention to more than love?
More than love.
The be here some chance na me budo. And as odo mu kura na me wa, there was somebody me to so. Ehye. And sana ma consider ka say we die metumi no me nkwande nyina life partner. Me nkwande nyina metumi na tra. These are things we are going to pay attention to. So we are not just talking about choosing a life partner. That just say we should be wiska, we should be wiska. My friend is no. We are saying that then am fa me into so we hia chen wodo. Mu do chen wodo. Bi busa de ne chen wodo. And sana ma now let me say this before I sink into my the notes I've written here.
Okay.
Who you choose as a life partner, Valerie, determines your upliftment or your failure.
Okay.
And I repeat, whoever you choose as your life partner, determines your upliftment or your failure. So be ye, so be koso, same page beba, so enim be guase, so be shiase, so be bobrana ungeji biem will be determined by the person who you choose as a life partner. When you are making the decision to choose somebody to say that, we ana wo beye wo ba, we ene ba beye bema min kwande nyina mene de betra. It's not a joke. It is not a joke. Ebi ana nkwa wa bo bra the past 20 years, 25 years. Na nyame ya adomo na ne pemu. Ube 70 years or 80 years. Then Donkoh will be at the age of 25 or 30 years. I can't feel do one here. When you will be Bema, will be Baba Betra. Number 2, this is the very person who has been trained by different kinds of people, has been brought up, nurtured by different kinds of people. He has experienced things you have not experienced, seen things you have no idea about. He has been bullied, he has been beaten, he has been abused, assaulted, whatever it is. The question is it about love? And is love alone enough? It is no. What are the attributes?
Okay.
Then I'm going to so make say, be share nyoma wenti, be come am insuru, be wan ho to so ni gidi say, be wure ma me ho beto me. En ho asem ne yebeka.
Right.
The medical ya be be ya futuo ni say, ye nyina ye nim nyankro ponti. Na ye be pese ya wade ye be koten. E be toten. E be koyi asipinti. Na me catch say when we are talking about the attributes, the first thing to do before you choose a life 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, a life partner, the first thing you need to do when it comes to the attribute, please seek God's guidance. The oba awade hyehyɛ awade enwen awade ohun book oh kasayie. He has an answer to the life partner you are about to take to yourself to say that me kwande nyina we na me ne de betra no papa ya wo kwaje ade wono no ba ade no. So he says that in all your ways acknowledge me and I will direct your path.
Right.
Do not rely on your own understanding. In other words, don't think you are smart. Don't rely on your beauty. Don't rely on your handsomeness. Don't rely on your money, on your finance. Don't think you are rich. Don't think you have certificates. Don't rely on your masters. Don't rely on your PhD. Don't do that. Don't rely on your beauty. Don't rely on your leg. Don't rely on your six pack. In all your ways, acknowledge me. Why? Because baby I won't corner kwan wunni me yesum na so me ya So when it comes to the attribute, I'm coming down. The first thing to do in choosing a life partner, please, I beg you, the youth, please seek guidance from God. Pray. Plead with his mercies and kindness. That when me do me person me wade. Remember when you soon come brew, Emma wouldn't feel unkase, be one prebidida. There is a way that seems right unto you, but the end thereof is not good. It is some you will be crowded and still because of bonya empire. Say you know I want no me, and you know why. Maybe another them be penny me honam, and then my corn on the fire, and then you man quite. Menya fawi, menya ye mistake na wi, na nya wo pa me mane mbamusa. Ti mi sere nya mia na be sere say you know a do me nya ono a kamane nkoi. Na de obeba osefata. You see, in life sometimes you make mistake by choosing because of your failing.
True.
The year me film any so na me fai, na so man nyini nya me adwene. Ebusa me wo say we na nya me pa na.
Ye den na wo say we na nya me pe.
Ubusa na obekere de ope.
O kan sen.
Otimi kan wo da yasum. Otumi kan anisuade hunum. Otumi kan wo kokoboso. Kokobosen. O ma me ne wo papa korete we ka se we yampe no. Na mpanyame na enam mo so akasa asodi nti. E na bofo korete mi tufo say ya ba bia korga ni enim no nye. O ye womanizer o ye liar. We know him. It don't work. Say no. Nyame fa de asen wa ye ni. Asodin eno ne e be divorce. Eti nyame kasa or diverse means and ways. Ebo okra da yesumu no obu be. Na so ani afra wo sumsum ti wante da ye nase. Wota amerem wa me yiwu. Wota hwe wan so nsa. Utwa lolu kan wan so mu. Munam ba bi no ja ho. Ne ka onko a na abo bi be kyewo ye bo kokko na so waso adinti. Oda na ne da ho na wada adeja. Na nka ontoma da wo so fakata wan fankata ho. Da yemu na onyane ye tufu. Nani ni di agromu ya nso wafa wata de adwane ntu di adeja na ebe pie free ba bia wo no na me kire se wonko yi de wakofa na mwa wo na nso aso den ene me honam do ne atenka me wontimi se me mane nkoda. And so the first attribute, in other words, the first thing you need to pay attention to when it comes to choosing a life partner, please, I beg you, seek God's guidance. Don't joke. Dabe ni dipado do ma ne member busa nyame akwanda. Yesia ne yeda ye pa eno ano no. We don't care who we going for. Or your brunsam ni akra once I want it. See, when your desire directs you, you die with the desire.
True.
Omo wakono du kanya, wo de akono wu. Member when ni swade efe enye wo se efe wo nyame ani so. Na nye bibia efe bia ana yidi. The first attributes you need to really pay attention to them and make a now be there decide say me wade no na me ware. Look for a godly character.
Godly character na nature say or to trouble e kwa mu wa sori ana say what two base. Godly character no ono ene ye osha. Godly character no protocol na godly character ye media team. Godly character no counselor ono na ye imam ebe kan ye a wono so ejeje ho ana. Godly character nene dey.
Godly character is when a person is more disciplined than his words. Godly character is when I pay attention not to his physical appearance, but what comes out of him or her. To oba gadoze leketete or oba no fe. Valerie, we school we university or adwuma pa e chia ne kai ana mebe fa no. Attributes in him. Before I say Jack, you look beautiful. I need to look out for the bone and not the flesh. Choosing a life partner. Even Adam had to descend to know Eve. To name her to say, this is the bone of my bone and the flesh of my flesh. Can I say what beya? Be mada. Na obi enani no gina na nisui. Enye be man in the born wo. Onyame na born wo. Onyame body en wo da no sori na obi wani no se fa ye nkasa ho. Ye fa de saa. But Adam so na me question ni say na Adam wada. Obi a wada. Ani ye yi ni fimpa ne wa hu. Wada nda ho. Ani ye bo wo ba se ne ye nwen wo ba no wa hu. But obi enani na de face na ni so. Obi enani was we show we dia obey the bone of my bone. We dey na wo see yi no. Wada. the flesh. The first thing Adam had to pay attention to is the character and the attitude of the woman, not the flesh. The bone of my bone. The bone, see, the flesh covers the bone.
Right.
When I'm looking for a beautiful woman, it is not the flesh, it is the bone.
Right.
If I'm actually looking for a healthy man to marry, I'm not looking at the flesh, because you can look well in stature, but broken in bone.
Right.
When it comes to choosing a life partner, you don't just look at the physical abilities. No, the body is generous, the lufu efe, the naya efe, bemendi was suwa, the social the fua, a comment is a diwa donko debi. Ye bemendi, but the Nico share bushia or ya no yamshe, namakada. We see beauty and handsomeness is for introduction and greetings. But a good woman and a good man is for sustainability and respect. Yeah? And yet, now when you are looking for a life partner, we are talking about attributes. Now we say look for godly character and look beyond the physique or the body. Problem might be you anywhere near your body. Gabi a messiano, na bobji. Oh my God. Like the enemy penny bin a menya.
Monsieur Mutimika say happy Mother's Day to men without beard.
Thank you.
Like
I must say boys in age to because my guy is coming. Look now, my guy will trim nothing no perfume. We cannot marry perfume.
True.
We cannot marry deodorant. We don't marry boxer shorts.
Right.
We marry a person.
Very true.
And not just a person, the character of a person. Character is the inner life of a person. Character is what you do in the dark, not what you do in the light.
Right.
Let me define character deeper. Character is what you do when there is no one. The subaya dead di wa mra now sister ya obre ya se ne betwin pre wonni ho no and the yeni subaya nkasa. De me yesi ho ne yemi subanya de me ye kire wo. Now, me too, say when you're looking at attributes, sooner by Nioma Mesha, but the Bawadi Bema, we bomb him, I think I have some feeling towards him. Like Yemi in the first day we met, we realized that we click. Like Yemi, do you know that Yemi we feel like I see we've been together before?
Vibe.
Like the vibe is just there.
It's like I've known him forever.
With the two of us, like there's something sweet about us.
My goodness.
Yeah, Mr. When you marry, they tell you, in fact, in Tiamu Bako, Emma to Musa Mubi and one collect me.
Link no nyina. Ebe da ne ayi wire ya ye see omko epoase omo
sister Ebufumo Mura 1 week I say so this is the woman there be Valerie. Valerie say na me say pan of Subanti and Kamawado. That is what I'm talking about, character. A lot of people are divorcing because now they are seeing the real picture than when they met from the beginning. The friend of character.
Right.
People are giving up on each other because now we say, this is not what I'm begging for. Yeah, trim branded yet. No about me come there. No one because I will boost. Me pacho say, me pacho debi, me pacho beba. Say ya unim umwadi amisumi mwadi okameka. That we have say. Now we say me for sound. Now we say me just sound. We dey try. Oh, bomb me bought ya me try cry. Me shall me boom mema. Say, what
Michelle Tyson.
Thank you. And so when we are talking about choosing a life partner, the attributes, I'm saying that I salute the youth. Please, the first thing you got to go in for, please, I beg you, look for godly character. You shouldn't the buyer. Nanumu kasa ebana etini pahu inguni pahu fi. Sabe, where si bi wa crashing you soon even if we don't understand each other. Or only a word one.
Right.
Atagidie bi fi na no ma bebi nka ma me no papa no nuan godly character na de ezesi akra me no kasa one na twem pere ya ye tufu awunti na no mukasa otumi bie na no no wakasa na tia na hyew owia na wabeka hyew se nyamia be pe overdose. So don't just pay attention to physical appearance and material possession.
Right.
And count. When you want to choose a life partner. Sabi sikayira.
Okay.
Ahofe ese. Now so Bible say good name is better than riches. Please, the first attributes, look for godly character. Subanya ye. Oni sika utumi do wonto ne so esan say di subanya. O sika na di subanya sika be funu. Me na be ka kire wo. Oba bi tumi ka say na me odi sika kra don care. One say sika town I don't care. Obe ko Dubai ni America ba wo be fi. Be ma odi subanya. Oba di subanya. Wani nje ti Solomon to for so oba wakasa bebre nagging wife. Yema ni kun sen ko be dan chance dan soro. Dan so dance that should tell you that it's not about beauty. Sure. Character. Choosing a life partner, the attributes. Pray for discernment. Pray for discernment. What is discernment? Discernment is the spirit that lives in you, that make you feel what you feel and sense what you sense. That wait dear, me sure say on one. Yeah, you move a bridge will be no so power. Think as wait dear. Now me almost feel I am say on I don't know, but beginning will be correct to me. Jai will be or born come on soon maybe. Yeah, starting beginning I knew said something fishy about him. Like I knew there is something fishy about, but I don't know. I just don't know what happened. I don't know. Me we are not told. That thing fishy you sensed, God was telling you that descend and walk out. Don't allow it. If you allow it, you are going to jeopardize your own destiny. But we don't listen. The next thing we want to consider shared values and beliefs. Attributes. Do you have the same values? Do you have the same beliefs? Do you have the same goals? Me jidie no jidie te say. Ya be money devotion was me nye. Me some cry different. Ya yenye devotion. Ya bompa ya yenye de yedin. Ba ya bompa ye. Ba go say there be ya bompa ya lampa yo atwa. Ipatuli akata. Ya shabo ya swede mo. O say there be. Sa de no ya na ju ye didi pese be da.
Right.
Values. That's it. I want to set up a business. Me adam chi business.
Say beto ade o ton ade ama obi no wo kire no ade ton de mani nye ho.
Thank you. Values. Efa na enfa.
Enfa ankasa.
If enfa men try.
Me de kwasi ada de me de wash no.
Thank you. Os kwasi ada me so I want us to go to church. Os you know.
Kwasi ada de say de si no ma ho.
Dabi, ye de kwa sorry.
Ye de kwa sorry.
As me ko, sorry de me ko. Odim, ye ga na me ko si o. Ba me ko de me na for ye ko de motio. Values. Attributes. Met me a drive you was sorry the junction. By inside the mimura. Ya ponso afre me. Na me befa. Kwesi ada no pa sorry as I just say. Ko jame wo me anka ni na chiri batu no mu wuye no. On yi kafe na wo mo totu nyoma na makosie no. Ti ko jame so babe. Ene ma me kwa sorry na me mbre. O sa sorry. Eni usasi na ben. Mewu be pra. Yi be ma be ni. Kwesi ada no pa wo say ene me kwa do fufu 9 a.m.
Kondo adra benkwan.
I'm tell you any nwa.
Abenkwan ne nwa.
Me see values.
Unya mmire kakra kan.
Ewurade.
Kwasi ada no pemiri.
Ti wo so ko pemiri.
Kwasi ada no pemiri
no. O so wani ja sorry hu. Wo so ra ho. Values. Bisa won say me ko fa ni me no ye ni suade hunu ye pe. Goals. Ye da ye so ni ye ni so efa. Emfa menko. Me
de awade de me wade na se me hu se enko ye ma me amefrim.
How can you even think like this?
Thank
you. How can you even think like this? And you need to understand that relationship is built on the foundation of shared faith and values. That is all.
Okay.
So if we cannot share our values and our faith, what is marriage? Tia bewo na ba kwaka so ko Moscow ba ko buafu adeya me be fa Muslim nkwala na ye fo me enu pese di machi ko mos ompe ene men ko start share values
ye som ne kire se ka wanya de ye yibia
ye pe ka ba ko se me pe ka puti ma ko na nyame ase
se wase ase
me se obu
e hyewa wo chia na
share values
shared values
where they na ye be no nipa 4 pe na be pe wom share value. As me so me na for you 100. Me pese like police band they like wedding like as you know me pesa share values. We will not consider this until the day when we want to think about wedding. Then the person tells you that after 4 years, then you go like, say. They say, do you adjust or work out after 4 years? Shared values.
Right.
Can we go?
Yes, sir.
The next thing we can look out that is so important to me has to do with, do you have the same vision when it comes to life? How many children do we want to have? Attributes. So I want to have only one child. Obi kura to be catch obi say me obi aba me che or somebody na dikun say me pese obewo. And I say what? On pese say me pese obewo. No say on pese me wo sisi ana or say me pese obewo dem ye ready am be catch. And now they've been together 7 years. Oba na nyim bi abema na abortion. Vision. How many children do we going to have? Or are we going to have? Oba na say 2, be man say 4. Or say mean to me. Ntokwa beba. Be maybe catch and the yere say ye be wo 2 pe. Omo 2 we na oba ne se me pe wa kan o send o wa be hwe oba. In marriage vision. Ya be wade ni bu na be yi chobo ni ahwe fie me sika be de be si dan vision. O wetumi ana untumi ayenka ho asem. And these things are so important than love. Men ko shemu kan chere say mi wura mu bia, he will understand me, she will understand me. People don't change because of how they feel towards you. They change based on how they feel about themselves.
Right.
Tie ko wura no ye na agene say nya de wo besesa wakem. Ubedi su, ubedi awreho. Adaya makofa the wrong person. After we ka wo ex bi say sa na kwadwo ti asemase. Ada na man fa wo no mpu na be di we achi. Vision. So I am begging you, when it comes to the attributes, please, vision. So whilst we are even courting or dating now, let's talk about it. Only be crowd there, and you have an opportunity that anybody who comes, the first question is, what is your vision? So we now the same as Miss. How are we going to blend, put it together, and work towards it? The next thing has to do with standard attributes, standards. Okay. We'll be a shower on a standard I was set. Number 1, if you slap me, I'm leaving you.
It's true.
Standard.
Don't come here.
Minujai, friend, standard.
Okay.
The day you lie to me, I don't want the relationship again.
Okay.
Standard, friend, attributes. And you're on wash, not the apewa, not the awado. The day I catch you flat, or the day you are caught flirting, I break up. Standard.
Okay.
This is the kind of way I want my woman to dress. Standard. My gentleman to dress. Standard. These are the kind of friends I want around my guy or my lady. Standard. To me, say no and walk out.
Okay. And
yes, sir, if you fall prey into that, adena washishenwa standard na ankof wajao. Some people are so disciplined, Valerie, so disciplined that they don't leave chances. And yes, I grow the woman issue, but that is the way they want to live their lives. Standard. Mimpe oba wa no monsa, mimpe bema wa no monsa, mimpe obi osmoki.
Standard.
Standard.
So when does the standard of attributes looking out for a partner come in? Standard, is it before? And I say it is also a standard into the marriage.
Thank you. So it depends on where you stand now. Afe na ubenya ana wenya deda.
Okay.
Afe na ubenya me oba me chero me standard.
Nti wo wrem a.
Now ni di obe wrem.
Shia obi na se wabokon ra se me be ma wa ye nitime.
Thank you. Obi on pe be ma wabona so.
Wabona so.
Obi also she or he doesn't care.
On pe be ma wo feminine eyi
dia. Thank you. Obi standard.
Be ma bi on pe oba o ye eyi. Standard. Or against that.
Yeah, obi also probably or too macho be
masculine guys too much. Obema or left it that standard.
Obi on pe kokko, obi on pe obi a wofusun.
Standard.
Obi on standard.
Standard.
Don't joke. Eti no sa no. So uni bi de na afi na obi wremu a, ohia wa na de ama no.
Okay.
So obi shi de da sesi America say na wutie a reveal ni o ma kire no. That Jack me refi me bo ma me standard ni but dodo na person mu pie gane dia obetwa standard ni because you say you are not fit ade am chi wo ba asem si o ma yen kana ne bu ofotwitwa me so standard The same here, the two of you must address issues amicably. Let's talk about it.
Right.
I hate a woman like this. Please, I call it a quit. Standard. And above all, please attribute the fear of God. Me can the fear of God. Valerie, the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. Oba woni nyansa suru nyame. Bema woni nyansa suru nyame. Nyame suru pa e di nyansa nenam. Nyansa kire wo say de yede wo anya wo dem fa nya wo bi. Attributes. Okope wo ba ne bema awade a we ne yehwe. Yanko heto ne nan nufo ne abasa. Ene efu, ene sika, ene ne ho what can I say? Colon. Yanko yehwe no. Colon. Okay, colon. Yeah. These are things you need to pay attention to.
Right.
And I think that if I can add the last, where the person is coming from. Attributes. Who is the father? Who is the mother? How did they train this person? The attributes. If you want to know who you are going to marry to, check who trained them. How they were trained will determine the train they drive you.
My papa.
Attributes.
Papa, Pacho, the train, no.
And baby. Yeah, my boss had the baby bonny. My boss had the baby bonny.
Papa, the person who trained them will determine the train.
My character is how I'm trained.
Okay.
Mbapa ne me ma mentete ne be bram pedifo ntete and I'm in
me wo fa ntete ye me ma
me na ntete me bram pedifo de biti wo fie enti me mako school no amboba no me kasa bia nye fie ntete ya ne me so mo fa wo school de wo tete de o wade no e kire subanya wo behwe so
no correct.
So when we are talking about attributes, when it comes to choosing a life partner, show a chin business say, why the tete no? Opa kufio, shene mame, shene papa, the uncle the hair no, then nana. What shene nana kasa? What said the amiko feni? Then nana partem didi, sabi kasa fibiba, and then one will say a wunimu, bien MP now what one did the beba. And whoever trains, built, invested in the life of whoever you want to marry will determine who you are going to stay with the rest of your life.
So imagine the person who trains the child is afraid of the child that they have trained.
Thank you.
Nature said that is a big
thank you.
Situation.
Mami bi kura wa yet to be catched.
Oh, and nano esroba.
Thank you. Mami bi kura na bi to be catched. Bema wo ba be wade ne wo ba ze me be ya be wade de me madam fedi.
Rest in peace in advance.
Just say, na me na obetumi. Me na ne di obo mema okroma o. Me na papa kra tumi ka chende ba say, me ba wa wade ne yeda ase so be fa na firifia. Enye na ase Thanksgiving like problem.
No what fa.
Thank you.
What fa this way be if you almost
hwe papa kasa na hwe maame kasa na fa wade wo ba. Ano kire ntete ya de adua ne mu. To ko wade ya when we talk about that attribute, look at the parents. It will determine who you are marrying. If the parents are very good and disciplined, you are good to go. If the parents are not disciplined, the papa congratulations. Thank you very much. And
thank you so much, Counselor D. Donkoh.